Get ready, get jivin'. Jack. Ready? Get jiving.
All right, here we are. We're here. We are here. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? What's up? Poindexter Lounge, loungers, all you people.
Lounge lizards.
Lounge, what? Yep. Obviously, we are not Jack. I am Austin. That remains.
Wait, I'm not Jack.
You're not Jack?
Thought I was Jack.
Shit.
My whole life. My mom's calling me Jack. What's going on?
Well, obviously, Jack's having an existential crisis. If you can't tell, Jack looks a little different, but you know, it's always good to have him here. How you doing, Jack?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I'm high for the very first time on weed. I'm fantastic.
But then your time being high on Oxy. Wait, what?
I'm also being sued by Bradley for not getting a guest credit in the intro. So
yes, Bradley is
pending.
Bradley is very upset about that. But no, obviously, Jack can't be with us. His dad is having surgery, pretty major replacement surgery today. So send your love and your prayers to him. Hopefully that goes well, and he'll be back soon. But in the meantime, you're stuck with us. So we got a big announcement. Yep, that's right, William. That's right. Us two knuckleheads, your favorite two knuckleheads.
I mean, we gotta get together soon and go out for a drink or something. It's been a minute.
But
You don't drink?
whenever the next movie is, man, we definitely gotta say. When is the next big movie? Doctor Strange. Yeah, Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But good to see you. Good to see everybody in the chat. But before we get started, I thought we'd let everybody know the big announcement. Obviously, you know, the Warner Discovery merger is happening. A lot of announcements are already coming out that we're going to talk about. But before we get started, we are excited to officially announce that myself and Bradley will be CEO of the new Warner Discovery. We will be running the ship, steering it in the right direction. Our first motive, our first thing of business will be making James Gunn the new leader of the DCEU.
I'm also gonna put James Gunn in charge of directing the Zack Snyder documentary. I'm also gonna do that.
There you go. So yep, thought we'd let everybody know that that's coming. So get excited. But no, obviously there's been some cool news, a couple developments and stuff. We haven't really been on any streams in a minute, so we haven't talked about Moon Knight or about Halo or a bunch of other stuff.
Grow house in the corner office. No, the whole building will be a grow house.
But what we're gonna do is lot 1 will be an entire grow house. Lot 2 will be for the hotbox, the entire studio lot.
You know, Snyder's office, I believe, was the greenery for Warner Brothers back in the day. So that's a huge space for some grow.
It's true. But I do want to say hello to everybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by, for coming and watching. Obviously, like I said, we're not Jack, but we're going to try to give you a fun, entertaining show and talk about some fun stuff. What is up, Lord Sneeze? Sneeze? Sanies. Sanheezy. Sanheezy. Anyways, Anthony Beltre's in the chat. Good to see you, Anthony, as always. Mr. Wayne. Aaron, good to see you here as well. Daryl, I have not seen Daryl before, I don't think. Good to see you, Daryl.
What's up, man?
Jared's mother, what's up, man?
Say hello to your mother for me.
There you go. Yeah, there you go, Mark Wahlberg. You just say hello to your mother for me. Yes. Oh, man, we're going to talk about the Northman.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the Northman. Yes, and lot 3 will be the exclusive roll-up lot. We'll have the hot box, the grow,
hot box lot, yeah,
and
it's gonna be a giant bat cave with beanbag chairs. Oh my god, just thinking about it.
It's gonna be fantastic. Snoop Dogg is gonna be there. Seth Rogen's gonna be there.
No, Snoop Dogg's gonna live there.
Snoop.
Okay. He's gonna be there full time.
He's the bud tender. He's the bud tender.
We're gonna have a doctor. What's her name? The real life woman from Weeds come in. She's gonna be our doctor.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Dabbing Granny's gonna be there.
Oh my God.
Doing shots. Anyways, this is getting out of hand. But yeah, you don't want us to run Warner Brothers, obviously. But no. So I thought first thing, because something that we recently did and that we've been doing over the past couple days is you played Halo,
Yes.
the Master Chief Collection, for the very first time.
Yes.
You went, you played basically a game a day, or a game a night.
Yeah.
Went through an entire game a night.
I still haven't beat Reach yet,
You haven't beat Reach.
but I beat all 4.
Right, you beat 1 through 4. And we've been watching the show and stuff. I'm a big Halo fan. I've been basically crying to you about it since we started dating, how much I love Halo and all that. So I want to get your take. Let's talk about it, baby. So 1 through 4. Where does what's the rank for you?
Ranking?
Yeah, what's the ranking for you? Why? How do you feel about it as a game? Mechanics?
I would say ranking probably Halo 2 is a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best remasters I've ever seen too. Great graphics, great mechanics, just great story, and overall it's just very encapsulated. It encapsulated me in the game, which is what I want out of the game. I don't want just mindless hordes, just fucking, there's an actual story. There's levels to the level.
Yeah.
Right? There's 4 missions in one mission,
Yeah.
So you have 4 objectives and you have to complete those. I like that, it's not just, you get in, get out, it's easy, and you're done with the game in 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like that. It's very, it keeps you on the edge too. That's why I enjoy it. But the ranking would probably be 2, 4, 1, 3, probably.
2, 4. Okay. Yeah, I think that's about where it ranks for me. I mean, 4. I know 4 didn't get as much love as
I enjoyed
3.
4.
Actually, I didn't realize a lot of people like 3. Watching you replay it.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. It's just, I don't know. There was just, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just weird, especially when you're playing the Master Chief Collection. You go from the remaster back to 3, and
Yeah,
you're just kind of like,
it's what
yeah, 3's not remastered, and you're like, oh,
the 2, like,
man,
these amazing graphics in Halo.
yeah,
2,
you're watching like a movie basically, and
What happened?
yeah.
It's a PC game now.
But even watching you play it and playing a little with you, like Halo 3 was the first Halo game that I played because that was, around like the time I got my Xbox 360 and all that. And so I always loved Halo 3 until this time around.
Yeah.
I found Halo 3 to be very annoying.
That's pretty annoying.
Yeah, it was. The story isn't terrible. I love that it picks up right after 2. You're still with the Arbiter. So I do enjoy that aspect. But for me, I really love 4 a lot too.
Yeah, I enjoyed 4
4 you get new villains, new weapons. It's a nice upgrade all around. That it doesn't feel like it's a different game, but
I will say that the boss mission wasn't really even a boss mission.
right, you just punched him.
You just like I think you threw like a thruster pack on him or something, and like it detonates and he explodes. Or
Right.
it's a C4 pack, I guess.
Right.
And that was it. And I was like, oh, like this entire, all of this setup, all these difficult missions just for that ending. I was like, wow,
Right.
that's bullshit.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a kind of lackluster ending, and then where it goes into 5 afterwards, which.
And I'll be honest, like, I'm not liking Reach at all.
Really?
I'm honestly thinking of not even finishing the game.
Wow.
I don't. I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Like,
not.
I enjoy it. Like, even like
Well,
3.
You're not. It's the only Halo game where you're not Master Chief.
I think that's what it is. Even though I'm willing to like play other characters, I don't want to be like the Halo fans. Like, oh, I only want to play Master Chief. Master
Right.
Chief can only be in Halo stories. Like, there can be no other Tales in the universe. That'd be like there can be no other Tales in Star Wars.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Everything has to be Skywalker.
It has to be 3 characters
Yeah.
at all times. You can't have different characters.
Well, but I think also too, what kind of makes it weird is that you're not. It's not only that you're not just Master Chief. You're not even a Spartan. You're just a Marine.
I think you are Spartan.
I'm.
Because
Are you a Spartan?
you're with Spartans. Yeah, you are Spartan.
No, you're with Spartans, but you're a Marine.
No, you're Spartan. Because I can use the Spartan what are they called? The special things, so I can sprint. I can use the shields and stuff. You're a Spartan. I'm pretty sure I was a Spartan. But no, like overall, I knew nothing about Halo before watching the pilot episode for the show, so I didn't know what to expect. I honestly was expecting it to be trash. It's not complete trash, I'll be honest. It's a pretty decent first 2 episodes, although...
Yeah, you're right, you're a Spartan.
That's what I thought.
You're right.
But I see where they're going. I see where they're going with the show. I can see they're going to take elements. I guarantee you they're going to take elements from the first 4 games. No, at least the first 3 games. Into whatever they're doing before they get to Reach, because this is a year before Reach, I guess.
Right, it's a solid year before Reach. I mean, look, at the end of the day, so yes, we obviously that was the big reason why I wanted him to play the games and all of that, is because we're watching the show. And you know, I don't hate it. I really don't, and it's not a bad show. I think for me, it just certain things, it just feel off. Master Chief kind of doing his own thing and doing all that. Yes.
He hasn't done his own thing yet.
Yes, it's possible, but here's the thing. He's incredibly loyal to Dr. Halsey and to those types of things. And so it just, that was a little off. And of course, my big thing, obviously, is no helmet.
Yeah.
And look, I don't want it to come off as like, you know, oh, it has to be the Mandalorian, or oh, we can never see Master Chief's face.
No, they could.
I'm not.
I think they should have saved it for the last episode, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's.
I think honestly, if there was a setup for that reveal, I don't think a lot of people would have minded.
Right.
Like, you know, have the first season with him mostly in the helmet, you know, until that reveal, and then afterwards, you know, going forward, you can have him without it. Just don't overdo it like they did in this episode, to be honest. Because like there was a point where I was like, okay, like I'm sick of this. I don't like seeing him without the helmet. It just looks weird.
Mm-hmm.
It looks fucking weird. Like his head, I don't know. I don't want to be mean. And like, yeah,
it's not proportionate to the suit. It's not proportionate to the suit.
It just looks weird. Something about it just looks off.
No, look. Here's my issue with it, right? And it's the way that Pablo talked about it in an interview that I was like, that's not true, right? Because I'm hungry, bro.
Literally,
I got
has an apple, something on him at all times.
It's true.
It's amazing.
I'm always. That's my secret, Cap.
It's cute.
I'm always hungry. But no, I mean, look, Pablo Schreiber was like, oh, you know, it's hard to get the audience to relate to a character that has a mask on the whole time because it's not a game, it's a show, you know, and in the game you are Master Chief and all that, and this is more following different stories in the universe with Master Chief at the center. So it's just I you know, that I kind of had an issue with because it's like, first of all, Mandalorian proves that statement very wrong. You know, he takes off his helmet like 3 times.
Or about 3 times.
You know, and not only that, I think there's nothing wrong with there being a mystery to the character. To like,
it adds more. I think it adds more depth to the character sometimes.
And as long as the character has the right actions, like Master Chief, right? He's talked about he's humanity's last hope. Anytime like you're playing the game and a squad here's Master Chief is around, they're like, oh, thank God. Yeah. We're gonna live. Like this is, you know, like
but literally every time you get a squad in the game, they all die within seconds.
They all die. Everybody.
Every time.
But that's the thing, right? he doesn't have that mask, but you have that sense of like, he just has that sense of hopefulness, and I don't know. Like I said, I don't think you need to remove it to still portray what.
Well, I don't like how people and Pablo and how people that worked on it were kind of making it seem like it was impossible to relate to a character without seeing their face. Like, how many instances have we gotten? We have they're not even human. We related with an alien species, a different species represented on film or television or something. I don't understand that notion that you need to see his face to relate to him. And I'll be honest though, I think that way, but I do agree with the statement that they need to show his face to be more relatable to in the TV show.
Yeah,
I do believe
I
that.
think
'Cause I'll
that's
be honest,
fine. But like I said,
didn't relate to him at all in the games.
Really.
I didn't feel emotion. I haven't felt an emotional connection with
Well,
Master Chief yet.
I think that's because the emotional connection, it's not with other people. He's been through so much that him becoming friends with people is kind of like useless. Everybody around him dies at some point. Like he has a very tragic life. And so his main relationship is him and Cortana. This is AI, and so that's the interesting aspect of it. And then obviously the last episode was they're introducing Cortana.
Yep.
As which yes, in the game she is a clone of Dr. Halsey. But they're introducing her as some like fix for Master Chief.
Well, she kind of alluded to that in the games too. Like she keeps him in check.
She keeps him in check, but that's the thing. It's she's what makes him
so he doesn't veer off the path.
Upgradable, and yeah, exactly. And she's
do what he did in that pilot episode.
Yeah. So that was interesting to see. It's interesting too, obviously, how humanity does not feel the same way as people in the games feel about the Spartans and Master Chief and stuff. They're actually more afraid of him and stuff. So, but overall, look, I'm really open to the series. I'm not really criticizing it. My main criticism is the helmet thing. Some of the CGI is a little off, and
pretty. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of generic sci-fi.
Yeah, it is. It's very generic, and hopefully, look, with the stuff that was talked about in the last episode, I thought, you know what, this could be. I'm okay with this being a good prelude to season 2 being either Reach or Halo 2.
I think they're gonna wait for at least season 3.
Season 3 or so. I mean, look. No, I think they can do. Here's what you can do. You can do Reach in season 2. The big one that you want to do in season 3, Halo 2.
Because this first season.
Halo 2 is the attack on Earth. Halo 2 is.
Yeah. Well, this first season is probably going to be like a week, in like a week-long period, probably 2-week-long period.
Right.
So like they have a lot of time they can do for. I don't see them planning like just to do like 5 seasons. I think they're gonna only do like 10 seasons of this show. This is gonna be their baby.
They're gonna want,
especially since it's their biggest. Because I had doubts. I'll be honest. I had doubts. I never want any show or project to get canceled.
I still have doubts.
I still have doubts too, but I had doubts it was gonna get canceled after this first season. When the numbers came out, like it's their most watched show on the app after like 2 years being that.
Yeah, it's huge.
They're gonna pick it up for something.
I think it already did. They already did. And it's new showrunners and all this, and
hopefully it'll pick up a little better quality.
Not only that, that's. I understand. Maybe you're right about not relating to Master Chief without the helmet, but my God, take some of the story from the games because it's so freaking good. I mean, the whole thing with the prophets and the Arbiter and the betrayals and
adaptations too. I kind of want to see them do their own thing. I want to see them take elements from it,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see a carbon copy.
No. But I'm saying take a little bit more. I'm interested in seeing because you have that interview where they're like, oh yeah, we didn't really look at the games, or you're like, well.
We were talking the other day because course, they find out about Halos in the first game after their ship blows up and they crash land on one.
Right.
That's when they find out that they exist and stuff like that. Of course, they don't find out there's more until the second game. But I was telling Austin that I guarantee you they're going to find out about Halos in this first season.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So they're taking that element and putting it.
That is true. You do have the prophets there. The interesting is the human, the some race.
Yeah, that's very weird. I'm not liking that.
I'm kind of wondering if that's a replacement for the Arbiter.
You know what? It might be that, but I was also thinking too. I'm like, in their heads, they're probably thinking like, we have all these aliens and shit. What can we bring to these scenes that humans can relate to? Like, we need a human presence with all of these aliens. So I'm pretty sure that's why she's there.
Yeah, that's true. No, he doesn't. I don't think he fights with that. Does he fight with
What?
Does
Does he even have helmet off during combat?
I can't remember.
In the show,
I don't think so.
because even when he moved, he didn't have any combat. There was no action in this episode at all. And that's okay.
Right.
I don't need action in every episode. But, it's a development episode.
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
Yeah, I still don't.
What's up, Andrew? What's up, MSK?
What's up, man?
Good to see you, man. But yeah, overall, so those are my thoughts on Halo. Any final thoughts on Halo? No, that's it. Well, let's talk about the next thing with this cool little transition here that Jack conveniently did for us. All right, so I know you were pretty stoked about something this morning, and it was pretty cool.
Came out of nowhere.
We were very excited. I had walked out of the room. I walked back in the room, and he was like, baby jumping up and down the couch, Tom Cruise style. I couldn't stop him. He started bouncing off the walls. Basically, he turned into a full Looney Tunes character. But it is a pretty cool announcement. Obviously, Card Season 3.
You know what's interesting?
You say.
You know what's funny too? I was just talking to you about this last week or the other day.
Oh yeah, we were talking because I had talked about Worf had come to my school when I was like in elementary school because in Vegas they have a bunch of Star Trek stuff. They used to have a big Star Trek exhibit, I think at the Luxor or somewhere like.
Well, it was actually 2 days ago we were talking about because I was showing you scenes from First Contact,
right?
Showing you on the board and stuff like that. I was like, it would be so cool. I guarantee you, everyone's going to come back for season 3 because they're only doing 3 seasons.
Oh, so that's it.
That's it.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're only doing 3 seasons. A lot of people have an issue with that. A lot of people are griping at that, and I'm like, what do you expect, man? Patrick Stewart, do you know how old Patrick Stewart is?
Well, not only that, I love that. Look, these stories, like, in order to tell a really good story, I think you have, you don't want to drag it out. You don't want to.
It's nice to have a rare special thing.
Yeah, look, these shows are already an hour long, 13 episodes. You're getting, like if this were a movie, you're getting like 12 of them, or so.
I will say though, there is a lot of potential for them to fuck this up.
Sure, of course.
Because I will admit.
Look at Star Wars. They brought everybody back. They still fucked it up.
I love Picard for what it is, and as many issues as I have with new Trek, I still love it, and I take it for what it is. I'm just glad we have Star Trek still around. I'm glad they're reaching out to a new audience, like with Prodigy, like a younger audience to bring, to pull them in.
Right.
It's for a new generation growing up. They can cherish Star Trek, and there's more people in the community.
Is it for the next generation? Dun, dun, dun. All right, anyways.
No, but I'm very open-minded with Picard. But honestly, there is a lot of issues with writing. In the first 3 episodes of Picard, so fire. And that 4th episode just went way downhill. Ever since then, I'm just like, what is going on with this show?
What's going on?
But no, of course, everyone's coming back for season 3.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Obviously. He says Michael Dorn. That's gonna be cool. Yep. I'll see that for him.
It's gonna be very, very fun.
But yeah. So obviously Picard's season or episode 5 this week.
6.
Six this week. What are you thinking of the whole Borg, Allison Pill?
I'm gonna be honest.
Storyline here.
I'm getting kind of tired of the Borg. To be honest, I love the Borg. You know, for God's sake, they were in the first season, and even then, I was just like, oh my God. And the characters, the one character they had, the Borg character, I'm forgetting his name, but I was just like, get rid of this character. I'm so tired of him. I'm just so tired of the Borg. It's so overdone. They're like stormtroopers. I'm so tired of stormtroopers in Star Wars. That's my hot take for the day.
What?
I'm so tired of seeing fucking stormtroopers in Star Wars. So tired of it. Every time they defeat the Empire, for what? They're still everywhere. They're everywhere. They multiply. Every movie, they multiply.
Yes.
Tired of
you know
seeing
why? Because Darth
the
Vader
same
said,
villains.
"Go make
The same
Force,
villains,
multiply,
same shit.
and fill the planets."
You know,
Lord
at least
Vader told them to.
what I love most, I guess, about the sequel trilogy is that they gave them new outfits. Like the First Order were basically like souped up stormtroopers. It was cool. They were normal looking stormtroopers. So
Yeah, I agree. And look, you're kind of right because it's always the same thing. You're right. It's always the same. They can't shoot. They're dumb. They're basically useless. Until the Clone Wars. Thank you, Dave Filoni.
they're there for shooting. They're there for shooting.
Yeah, exactly. They're there to look good. But Aaron says, I can't wait to see everyone on Picard Season 3. One person I'm really excited to come back, and that's Dr. Beverly Crusher.
You know what? I am glad, though, we will not see Wesley. Mr. Wesley.
You did show me that. Say, shut up, Wesley!
Shut up, Wesley.
Oh, God. You got to love Patrick's story. That man just turns around. Shut up, Wesley! It's Logan.
Yeah, Gates McFadden. Love Gates McFadden.
Let's see. Oh, man. Oh, dude. I am playing the new Lego Star Wars game. Super. Dude, I want it so bad. I want it so bad. I am thinking about
That's true,
how
Vince.
I'm gonna
He
get it.
does do an after show for Picard. That's right.
Are you serial?
Yeah, he does.
Whoa. Shut up, Wesley. Love it.
He does an after show for a lot of Star Trek stuff.
Well, yeah, that's going to be cool. I mean, obviously, I enjoyed. Okay, I totally read that wrong for a second. Dara Taylor said, my favorite Star Wars villain is Darth Maul. I read Star Trek, and I was like, oh, he's going to get so much crap in the chat for saying that. But what's up, Anthony? Anthony Beltray.
Blasphemer himself.
Hey. Anthony speaks fast. He drops
No,
facts.
he does not.
He drops facts.
No.
But no, I'm really enjoying watching Picard with you. I feel like I'm the annoying one because I'm always asking him questions.
I love it. I love showing people. You know what? And what's interesting too, like I'm a Star Trek fan, but it's not like I've seen every episode of every show. I haven't even seen one episode of Voyager, Deep Space Nine, stuff like that. Like I know nothing about that. I've seen a handful of episodes of TNG, the first season of the original series, like all the movies. That's all. Like I'm very, very slim on my knowledge of Star Trek. It works out.
Right. Mm-hmm. Q and Khan. I enjoy Q. I do quite enjoy Q.
I love Khan. I love what's his name? I always forget his name.
Benedict Cumberbatch. What's that? I love the way he talks in that movie. He's like, talks like this, like in his teeth. He's all like, "That's the thing, Kirk." You're like, oh,
so cringe.
love it. The Snyder Cult guy got exposed as a Robert Pattinson stan and Batman stan. If that's true, I'm dead. That's great. No, I'm messing around. Obviously, I know Ricardo.
No, Ricardo Montalban played the original.
Yes.
I'm thinking about the guy who plays Q. I always forget his name.
Oh,
yeah, I love that actor. Great voice.
But no, yeah, definitely into Picard. I love anything Patrick Stewart. So, and I am interested in Star Trek and all that. I actually am kind of liking the story too, and this whole thing of him, going back in time and talking to all these different characters and kind of explaining like, hey, if getting them to basically go down the right path type thing, and like, if you don't, all these terrible things are going to happen. But it mixes in with like real world events and that type of stuff. So I thought it was very cool. I enjoyed that. Let's see. Thought on a Sherlock Holmes universe is in the works with. Stop it.
Yeah,
is Downey Jr. involved?
He's executive producing.
Is he starring?
There's no talks about that.
That man. I don't care as long as he comes back as Sherlock Holmes.
It's probably gonna be pretty cool.
It's his best character outside of Iron Man. I love him as Sherlock Holmes. I think I liked the second Sherlock Holmes more than the first one, and I really liked the first one. So I have been real. Oh, that would make me. I thought the director of Rocketman was supposed to direct the third one, and I guess
It pains me to say, as much as I love those movies, I feel the same way like I feel with Avatar. I don't care anymore. 10 years too late, to be honest. For me, I'll still watch them.
this guy.
But I'm not a big. I used to be a big Sherlock Holmes guy when those movies were coming out. And I read The Hounds of Baskerville, which is one of the most famous Sherlock Holmes books that I really want to see adapted. It's a very good book. But there's so many fucking Sherlock Holmes every year. There's Benedict Cumberbatch. There's Henry Cavill. There's just so many Sherlock Holmes. I don't care.
Yeah, there's Enola. Yeah, no, I understand. But look, like I said, it's Downey. I like him. I want to see. I liked his version a lot, and I'm definitely down to see him do more. Yes, you know what? I think actually, you have a comment on this probably.
Favorite Star Trek movie is Generations because it was a crossover movie. That's the reason I like it, and it was my first Star Trek movie I ever watched. Actually, my first Star Trek anything I ever watched.
Yeah. He's a big Harry Potter guy.
Yeah, I enjoy Harry Potter, not as much as I did when I was young. But I'm disappointed in the Fantastic Beasts movies. Obviously, loved the first one. The second one just took a massive shit on how much I love that movie, and I will no longer. I'm probably not going to see the third one anymore because I remember there was a time, everyone.
Wow.
There was a time
I know.
where Eddie Redmayne was the main character of these movies. Okay, it wasn't about Dumbledore. It wasn't Dumbledore's movie. It wasn't Dumbledore's story. It was about Newt. Okay, what happened to that? What happened to Newt? Okay, what happened to the good old days where Newt was the main character? I just wish they didn't involve any legacy characters from Harry Potter at all. Just don't involve anything from Harry Potter. That's what I love about the first movie.
They should have just done a Dumbledore origin film.
That's what I was saying. They should have just done Dumbledore,
Poor Eddie Redmayne is basically like he was in Les Miserables now,
his own trilogy.
by himself.
Like
There's
in the
a grief
marketing,
that can't be spoken.
I barely see him in the marketing.
There's a pain goes on to know. I'm sorry. I'm not a big Eddie Redmayne fan, and him and Les Miserables just took me out of the entire movie.
I don't like him.
That just really, especially the end too. He has that big scene, that big emotional moment.
Yeah.
All of his friends have died in war. Oh God, it's terrible. Oh my God. And he does. Yeah. Anyways, not a big Eddie Redmayne fan. He won an Oscar. He's won best actor. I don't understand that.
Wasn't it for that Stephen Hawking movie?
There's a lot. I know.
Anthony, don't even. Don't even.
Hogwarts Legacy looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does. It looks amazing. Super excited for that. What's up, Josh? How you doing, man?
Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday.
Get out of here with that nonsense. It's pure heresy.
I love it. Let's see here. Well, before we move on to the next topic here, we got a couple more topics. Yeah.
That's
That's it. I did see a question here. Oh yeah, somebody asked if we'd seen Morbius. We have not seen Morbius.
I will not see Morbius.
We will not see Morbius.
I watched the third act on. I watched the third act, and dear God, I saw how the movie ends. Okay, and what a shit show! What a shit show! That I'm not gonna see it. I had no interest once they pushed it back another month. I was like,
I was kind of hyped to see it, to be honest. After that last trailer came out around No Way Home, until they pushed it back, I was like, I don't care anymore. I'm not.
3 years.
3 years, and you know what makes the cherry on top? What makes this movie sound even worse? It took that long. It was delayed that many times to result the way it resulted.
Basically, they had a chance to fix it. They didn't.
Sony, trash.
Trash. Let's see. What's Morbius? No. So yeah, probably not going to see that one. But obviously, our next topic is probably one of a big conversation amongst the Snyder fans today and everybody. So let's do it with this nifty little transition again. All right, so obviously I know I think there was like some fake leak a week or so ago that was like, this is the new lineup of Warner Brothers, the Warner Discovery team and stuff. You had Jason Kilar as the CEO. You had
CFO.
Or CFO as all these other people. Well, it came out today. Jason Kilar is out, and Sarnoff out, getting the boot, and so it's gonna be interesting. But no, what do you think? Do you think this is good, bad, ugly?
I expected it.
Yeah,
I expected it. Like I said before we started the show, really waiting on that Walter Amon article coming out. Really waiting on that.
That, I mean, look, I think they still might.
If not, cool.
Yeah, I think that one's kind of iffy. That one they might still give him a chance because, like I said,
He probably will.
His reason for being there is cultivating the $1 billion universe. Basically, he did The Conjuring. He knows how to put a universe together and stuff. So that's his point. Jason Kilar, it was kind of obvious. Look, last year, as much as it was cool for us to see like all the movies here at home and stuff, it was not beneficial for Warner Brothers. So I don't know. Let's see. Daryl saying Morbius should have been rated R when you make a movie about a villain or anti-hero.
I don't necessarily
Have the movie be rated R. I wouldn't say any villain or anti-hero. Yeah.
You can have an anti-hero villain movie without it being R. But my thing is, if the creator of the character created the character to be violent and bloody and a murderer, whatever anti-hero they're like, I think it should stay that way. Live action, every interpretation should stay that way. That is the core aspect of the character the creator intended the character to be. So I think that it should stay faithful to what the creator intended the character to be. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Don't soften him. And here's my main issue, like with Venom, don't turn him into a hero. Don't basically turn him into, like, you basically went past anti-hero and just said, nah, he's a hero now. And it's like, really? Come on. Like, you're just, that was kind of sad for me because there's some great Venom stories that, but let's see. Jack live.
What's up, Jack?
What is up, Jack? Hope all is well with your dad and stuff, and that you're doing well, chilling. HBO Max chief Andy Forcell has left as well. That's understandable because I'm sure, HBO Max and Discovery are going to be integrating, and that's going to be a whole kind of new thing.
An article also came out that they might be at a schedule and they might finalize Friday, but they're not for sure yet. No one commented on that article coming out, so they're not sure whether it'll be the 11th or Friday. But if they do that Friday, they'll be open first thing Monday morning, which would be cool to see.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. Look, I think it's gonna be good. We'll see. Hopefully, what happens in the next couple weeks, and and where the company is going and stuff. And there's a lot of time between some of these DC movies for stuff to actually happen if negotiations do start and all that. But again, that's all just a hope right now, and we'll just kind of see where it goes. But let's see, Jivin. Jackson's dad surgery went well. All is good. I am feeding him at the moment. That is so sweet. That is so sweet. I can just imagine Jack just taking a burger and going, eat it, and just kind of just shoving the whole thing into his dad's face, like ketchup everywhere. Let's see. We got robbed in Man of Steel 2 and 3 because Warner Brothers wanted to catch up with Marvel Studios. That's why the DCU was rushed.
I know we got robbed, but more importantly, out of all of us, okay, Henry Cavill got robbed. All right. I don't care what I missed out on. I care about him and the missed opportunities he could have had that character. Oh, he could still have, but with certain things that came out,
we're gonna kill him as a baby.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
He did, nah.
And I think it's stupid. I think it's really stupid.
He did. That's like that that question, like, if you could, would you kill Superman? Would you kill Hitler as a baby?
Yeah.
Now it's like, hey, if you could, would you kill Superman as a baby? Guess what? Warner Brothers did it. I think that's pretty.
Taking that Avengers
that's
joke.
Way too far. Yeah.
Taking that Avengers joke to reality.
Exactly. Let's see. I just think it's funny how Snyder haters are like 100 days for the transition, and these mofos are leaving before. Well, there's still a train. There's still a like certain people are like Emmerich's still there, and as far as we know, they're probably choosing to leave after negotiations with Zaslav and his people and where they want to take the company, because their contracts are still, good and stuff. So it's probably a mutual thing, but like I said, we'll still see. Obviously, certain things have Emmerich, but as of right now, Emmerich's still around. Hamada is still around.
Now that
as of right now,
Emmerich, I can see an article coming about him more than I can see one about Hamada coming out. There's more of a chance of Emmerich getting booted or leaving today than I think there is Hamada.
Okay, so Krypton, the Wall Street Journal, and several others are reporting that Jason Kilar resigned because he was still under contract. Look, if Zaslav came in and fired Kilar, they would have to pay him more. There would be a whole thing because he's under contract. So, like I said, they probably had some sit downs. Zaslav's team, him, everybody. They said, "Look, this is where the company's going. This is what we're doing. Do you think you can be useful?" Blah blah blah. Had those types of conversations. At the end of the day, didn't work out. If he's resigning, that tells you it's a mutual thing because he could not resign. They could fire him, and it would be a kind of a extended thing.
So he resigned, but she exited. So basically, she in the article I was reading that Variety came out with basically said that they informed her that she was going to get the can.
Right.
And so she pretty much got fired.
Right.
But he resigned. So.
Yeah, he resigned.
I think it was to kind of help the transition a little easier or something. I don't know exactly why I didn't read the entire article.
Yeah.
But I did read his quote that he wrote about his experience. And it was a nice quote. I'm gonna miss. I think there was a lot of potential for him to do good.
There was. I mean, look, what was nice about him is Warner, especially where Warner was at, right? They needed a young person involved. But, you had all of these old guys kind of running.
Well, without him, we wouldn't
running things and stuff. Right. So look, it's he definitely was a benefit, I think, for certain things. That I'm not sure. I would think that there's maybe something in place in contracts like that. William would know a lot about that. But yeah, no, obviously it's we'll see what happens. I think there's a lot of potential and a lot of things, that could happen obviously with this new company. I'm very much looking forward to the Snyder-directed episodes of Bobby Flay versus. I can't wait to see the slow-mo and action shots of Bobby Flay using a knife on a steak, directed by Zack Snyder. I think that's going to be phenomenal. But no, overall, we'll just kind of have to see where it goes. I think that's all that can be said about it now. But it's interesting that things are moving along faster, all that type of stuff. So let's see. I'm trying to think if there's any other topics before we close out at the solid hour mark here.
There was a few.
We'll do a quick rundown. The Boys season 1 and 2 is coming to Blu-ray. Support physical media, people. Go buy a copy of The Boys. I am. Blu-ray season 1 and 2. That'll be cool. Let's see here. Oh, guys, of course, real quick. The Northman. Northman's coming out. That looks so freaking good.
And apparently, there's breaking news. Something that I'm sure we've all been waiting for. Okay, it's not that important, but finally, Twitter is working on an edit button for tweets.
Yes.
Finally. Thank you, Twitter.
Yes, I will be looking forward to the.
I want to delete my tweets and rewrite them.
Right, all over again. Yeah, exactly. That's super good. Let's see. Plus, the Nightmare timeline in the Snyder Cut was badass. I mean, look, the Nightmare timeline is cool and stuff. My issue with the Nightmare timeline and my issue with BVS and a lot of things, right, is BVS was this big culmination of several major comic book events. The death of Superman, Doomsday, Injustice, The Dark Knight Returns, parts of Flashpoint in there. Like, just think of all these major events just thrown together in this soup, and you get BVS. So yes, the Nightmare timeline is cool. My main issue with it is that it's basically it's injustice. It's just injustice. However, I do understand the sentiment that if Zack Snyder went to Warner Brothers and was like, "Hey, I want to make an Injustice movie," they would laugh him out of the room. So I understand that that's kind of his way of fitting it in there. I've just that's yeah.
I have no energy to talk about Snyder or his movies anymore. So.
But I'll tell you what we do have energy to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not watching Bar Rescue,
Watch Bar Rescue.
Get on that.
The legendary Salmon Taffer.
Salmon Taffer, by far and away the best reality show on television. He's such a memeable man. But yeah, that's we've been watching a lot of Bar Rescue.
A lot of Bar Rescue.
A lot of Bar Rescue. Let's see. I'm trying to see what else is going on in the world of news here. I follow a lot of Bar Rescue stuff.
Sonic 2 comes out this week.
Sonic 2 comes out this week. That'll be cool. David Leitch has a film starring Ryan Gosling. That'll start shooting where he plays a stuntman, so that'd be kind of cool. Which Ryan Gosling.
He's played a stuntman so
I know, and Drive and all these other.
Place Beyond the Pines, he was basically a stuntman.
Yeah, it's Injustice with Darkseid instead of the Joker. Yeah, basically, exactly. Oh yes, the Grammys, where the Grammys happened. Bill Burnham won a Grammy. Yay! Check out that special. It's a great special. Don't listen to him. It's phenomenal.
F. Bill Burnham.
It's one of the best. Go Bill Burnham. Win all the awards. But also Louis C.K. won a Grammy. That was kind of interesting. That just goes to show you how far we've come.
Yeah.
I guess you get canceled and then 4 years later you can win a Grammy.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll be looking out for his Oscar too pretty soon. No, I mean, look, I go back and forth, but like at the end of the day, I just think, I don't know, to award something like that so soon, especially when like the movement's still going on and stuff. I just think it's a little iffy. But yeah, let's see. Overall, I think that about covers it. We reached the right under an hour here. Let's see if there's any last things. Theaters were empty for Morbius. Gary Oldman
Oppenheimer, yeah.
and has a new show on Apple Plus.
Yeah, I watched that trailer the other day. Holy shit. Looks good. Go check it out, everyone. It looks
It
good.
looked
It looks really
alright.
good.
It looked alright. Yeah, I'm not used to seeing it. It's kind of like silly.
You know what trailer did come out today? That if people, I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it on Twitter, so I'm not sure if a lot of people are aware it's even coming out. But I believe it's called Outer Range, right, with Josh Brolin.
Whoa.
That show, go check out that trailer right now if you
Whoa.
haven't already. Holy shit, that show looks insane. And what I love most, as you pointed it out, is, it's like a 2-minute, 2:14 trailer.
Yeah.
And you don't know what the hell is going on at all. Like,
I have no idea what the series is about.
there's a giant hole in the ground in the desert.
I just know I want to watch it. I want to
There's
watch
some
it.
whack shit going on.
It does look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. We might check out. I might force him to check out Ambulance at some point. I enjoy a good Michael Bay movie in theaters. It's
Listen,
I saw Pain and Gain when that came out. That was good.
I'll watch anything with you. But
Pain and Gain was good.
God.
Listen, you made me watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm gonna hold that over you for forever. That movie is so bad. It is so bad.
You're acting like I didn't have the same experience. Like I
Still.
didn't hate it as much as you.
Still, I feel like you knew what we were getting into. No.
No,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I kind of did.
Oh my god.
The trailer was trash.
We're big fans. We like Jason Bateman. Obviously, Ozark final episodes are coming pretty soon here.
This month.
Yep, this
A few
month.
weeks.
And
April
then
19th.
something like that.
I believe it's April 1st.
Yeah, and then also it was announced he'll be directing a new is it a film? I believe it's a film. Yeah, it's a new film for
right.
Apple TV.
That's all right.
Yep, with Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson, so that'll be cool. Definitely look forward to that. As well as, speaking of Apple TV, Harrison Ford and Jason Segel have a series, new comedy series coming from the team behind Ted Lasso, which I was like, that's a big one. Once Harrison Ford joins TV, it's like, all right, now it's everybody's coming to TV. Let's see, the first two episodes.
What's on that?
Oh, the Gary Oldman show, maybe? We're talking about Apple TV?
I think the whole show done.
Oh, is it? Is the whole thing up? But yeah, no. So definitely check that out. Silent Scotty, what's up, man? Good to see you here as always. Let's see here. Any final thoughts? Any last things that you have before we?
I mean, the last thing I can really think of that's pretty fresh that came out the other day that I haven't said, because we haven't been on streams for a minute.
Right.
So I haven't said my piece on it, but I'm not going to go into it because there's a lot to dissect. So I'm just going to give my thoughts on it. About those flash leaks that came out.
Yes.
The movie sounds like a mess. I was kind of expecting it to be a mess. So I'm going to wait and see, to be honest. A lot of it sounds very far-fetched. A lot of it sounds like bullshit to me, in my opinion. But you never know. You never know. It's a year out, so they could change a lot by then.
That's true.
But that's honestly pretty much it. I'm going to wait to see the movie to hold judgment out. I'm not going to read leaks and say, oh, this movie's trash, because we don't have the context of what was said in those leaks. And I believe context matters for sure. Yeah, those leaks come out and stuff like that. Like, we can get a cameo thing, announcement or something like that. It could be terrible. It could be good. Who knows? I believe context matters, and wait to see it to hold judgment out on that for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
Don't hate on something you
open
haven't
mind.
seen.
Yeah, have an open mind and look. Obviously, things may not sound good, but again, we don't know how it's gonna look. We don't know how it's gonna work in the film and stuff, and
we're just working overall in the DCU.
It's only fair, I think, that we give it a chance and all that. But let's see.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's just least
Yeah,
for
pretty
4. Yeah, people pretending it's new. I don't believe it. We will see. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of like if it happens, cool. Not cool. I'm in. But yeah, I think that about rounds it up for us. Obviously, Jack will hopefully be back Thursday. If not, we'll probably be here again. And then obviously you can check out Little Big City Studios channel. We got the Big Bets podcast happening later tonight. I'm sure Enosh will also be live later tonight. Check out the Pantheon. You got Brian 10 Ford. You got William the Sci-Fi Center. Next week we'll be doing another Greatest People I've ever met. So a lot of cool stuff definitely happening. I've been a little sick the last couple days and stuff, so I'm still recovering from that. That's why I sound like a dead horse. But yeah, overall, definitely check out and support all these great creators. Oh, and obviously Max has his show on Saturdays as well. Make sure and check that out. So a lot of great content going on here, and I'm sure we'll be hopping on some of those.
There's also.
I'm gonna take a quick chance to spread the clout for the new show that we both have on over on Max's channel. So.
Oh yes.
Over on Max's channel, every other Wednesday around 5 o'clock, we have a new show. All the youngins of the community. So, if you would like to be part of those streams, reach out to either me or Austin. We'll get you on there. Macho Madness every other Wednesday, twice a month. Go check it out.
Yep, we're taking anyone under 30.
30 is the cutoff limit.
30 is the cutoff. So, DL, you got 2 years, buddy.
You got 2 months.
You got. Dear God. He's just like Benjamin Button. But yeah, no, obviously, thank you everyone for watching. Definitely check out Macho Madness over on Max's channel on Wednesdays as well. A lot of cool stuff going on. Thank you, Aaron. Much appreciated. Yes, obviously, prayers and love and all that to Jack's dad. Best wishes. But we will see you next time, guys. Make sure to again tune in later. I'm sure Enosh will be live later tonight. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Join the membership. Lots of stuff to do. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.
Get Jivin.